Hello, everybody! It has been a little bit since we've last seen you. I hope you're all doing well. We have missed you immensely. At least I know I have. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to Graham Crackers. Here at Graham Crackers, we are all about making memories with friends, whether that is through playing RPGs, TTRPGs, or MMORPGs. Because you know what? Time spent with friends is time well spent. So, without further ado, though my cast need no introductions, because they're all so famous and wonderful, I would love to know 3 things from each of them. But before that, my name's Graham. Hi, everybody. I never introduced myself. I'll be your DM tonight for Anarions Rest, our D&D 5e homebrew campaign, featured in the world of Anarion. But I am joined by my wonderful cast, so I'd love to know 3 things. 1. Who are they playing tonight? 2. What was my second one? Who are you playing? Man, that's how you know it's been a month. Who are you playing? Describe your character. And the last thing I want to know is, I always ask you guys, the third question is usually the hardest, now it's the second one, is what location encountered in this campaign so far has your character felt the most at home in? Or generally liked the most? And why?
Is there an order we're following?
I was just going to go. Hey, everybody, I'm Confounded. I'm playing Golin's Laranodal, your Elvish Rogue, and most favorite place. Probably the Leonin's little bookcase, library thing. Very beginning of the campaign, first season. Rock on.
I'm Jen. I'm playing Maggie, the tall, awkward, gray, cow-like furbolg, mama bear person, druid, with lots of bees, lots and lots of bees, surrounded by them right now, in fact. She's covered in bees. And I just described her, so I did number 2. Number 3, I'm going with her favorite locations. Okay. Her current cottage with Una would, of course, be her favorite, and her children's pillow fort specifically. And like close second would be Beldis's family's house in the kitchen, where she can reach anything just sitting down.
Hello, everyone. It is I, Kari. I am playing Karis, the tiefling wizard. As far as descriptions go, she is a tiefling with more, I guess, normal coloring, like just a person, pale skin, freckles, riotously curly brown hair, like just ringlets everywhere, with these bright sort of marigold, fiery colored eyes. And she has a cat. Her cat's name is Magoubliette. He is a tiny, naked little sphinx cat with bright blue eyes and evil in his heart. We love him. She's currently on a broom, next to a pillar of light, in this room. And as we get into it, and her favorite place, as in like the place that she has felt most comfortable this campaign, is probably in the Dwarven City, in their school of magic in the university where she's been studying this whole time. Like, ironically, despite being cut off from like most of her friends, it was definitely the most familiar feeling sort of place to her, and a place where she felt very much like she understood how it worked and how it functioned and what she was doing there. So it was very comforting for her to sort of just be in that zone for a while.
Hello, I'm Adam, or Damas Lamas. I am playing Rue, a halfling cleric. They are wearing like a leather apron that is their armor. And we have like a nice cutting board as a shield. And yeah, that's them. Rue, I think, is most comfortable like fighting evil. So kind of, she's just been chilling this whole campaign because we've been fighting a lot of evil. I don't remember the rest of it, but I think I covered most of the topics.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. As your DM, I don't have to answer anything, so I am above reproach. I felt at home everywhere because I made it.
You sound off for Bob. This sounds.
Oh yeah. Let me get my Bob voice going. It's a little raspy, right? Hey everybody, it's Bob. Cyclor One Eye. I am playing Beldis, Stone Song. Your dwarven bard, who likes to sing songs. Beldis is really felt most at home with the party on the road, not at the Crystal Caverns, where his actual home is. Because he's a wanderer at heart and a vagabond in spirit. But without further ado, as with every session, I offer my players a wonderful chance to earn a 1d6 if they want to do the recap from the previous session or sessions. However, if they choose to opt out of said recap, I will do the recap and get a free 1d6 to use against them. Very fair, very fair, very fair. So, who will be doing the recap today? All right, Jen, stepping up. I like it. Initiative.
Gradually stepping up. Okay, let's see how I do. Memory issues anyway. Beldis, Golineth, Karis, and Maggie were walking down. Oh, no. Maggie, Golineth, and Karis were trying to find Rue and Golineth, and managed to find Rue. But Golineth had snuck to see what turned out to be vampires, and had like a conversation with them in which Rue's name came up, and discovered that this vampire believes that Rue owes him, and I'm going to assume owes him blood, but maybe money, for having smuggled people without paying whatever fine this random person feels that he owes. Basically, he's like a troll under a bridge, or like the knight in a Holy Grail that won't let you pass. You shall not pass. And then we, looking for Rue, looking for Golineth, sorry, went down the hallway going like, what the hell, Golineth? Like, seriously, you sneaking away? Like, seriously? Went down the hallway and also encountered the vampires. Maggie turned into a spider and tried to sneak over to the other side and find Golineth. And the conversation just went south because Vampy doesn't like Rue anyway, and was also actively feeding on someone, which did not make us happy. So, battle ensued. We have taken out a number of the vamps. There are still, I think, 3, including the main one, left on the board. And how is everybody? I can't remember if anybody's like really injured. Really.
I think the only person currently visibly injured is Karis. She was fed on, I think, twice.
Gotcha.
But people have like thrown some temp HP her way. But she's, I think, the one who looks quote unquote the roughest right now. There's been a gash that's like semi-healed over on her neck, and there is probably blood spilled across her current ensemble. But she immediately got out of melee range with most of these guys. Put herself up.
Of combat have we been through?
This is going into round 4. We're finishing up round 4.
Okay, we're good.
Beldis is looking still okay. He did get hit with the nat 20 last hit. But without further ado, let's get back to it, shall we? I kind of like this music we've got going on with the drums, so we're gonna keep that. All right. The cacophony of shuffles of feet as you all swing and sling spells at the vampires, their blood-red eyes and fangs glinting in the dark underdark of the ancient ruins of the Ley Highway. Maggie, Gullineth, surrounded by bees, the single vampire that you have cornered is slashing and spraying their hands and their fangs and their claws in all directions, trying to get a hold of something. Room, a little ways off on the other side of the room, there's an injured vampire near you that has been hit numerous times with the wall of light that Karis summoned into existence. Karis on your broom, hovering above that wall of light near the far wall. There's no enemy close to you at the moment that you can see. Beldis and Blossom to the south. Beldis is currently face to face with Mallory, their fangs dripping with crimson from the numerous bites they have delivered onto Beldis, who is visibly bleeding from a long scratch across his torso. Blossom, for her part, seems uninjured. Gullineth, you're up.
Ooh, I'm muted. Sweet. You know what? Let's go with a little bit of dagger action. Yeah. On the vampire right there, right? That's a vampire, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and you do have sneak attack on it because it is surrounded by allies of yours that are not
right.
incapacitated.
I'm gonna go dagger. All right. So first one. Okay, I don't like dice tower. 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Or 6.
Using the curse dagger?
Nope.
But why not?
Oh shit. Yeah, no. Because I'm a big dumb animal. It's still magic. I'm pretty sure that yeah, no, I've already used my charge on it.
But it still counts as a magical weapon.
Well, I've already called it for this one that I was going to use regular daggers. So that's 16 on the second one. And,
16 will hit.
All right, damage is 5.
All right, and your sneak attack damage?
Oh, what's that? 60
Yeah, it should be 66 piercing.
on one of them, right?
Yeah, on the first one.
6, 12, 14, 17, 18, 19.
19, all right. A admirable amount of damage. Anything else from you? Any movement?
Yep, that was right, 19. And here. No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Karis, you're up. Beldis on deck.
Yeah, so I was gonna use my crit from chat,
Thank you, Chad.
which is double damage on, I believe, a 5d8 radiant damage wall because I upcasted it. So I'm gonna be casting it at big guy himself.
Okay, Mallory.
We're gonna blast him. A beautiful ray of light.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that. So how many d8s do I have? Quite a few. I've got 5. I do have 5. Hooray! Let me just roll them all. Alrighty. Oh yes. Aha. So 16 plus 10 is 26. 10, 29 doubled. 40.
58?
58, yeah. So 58 radiant damage to that guy specifically.
He does not look great.
Yeah, to him specifically. And also my wall shrinks by 10 feet. I think I have 40 feet left of that wall
I think so.
remaining. I think. So I've got like 4 shots left of the wall.
Good to know. All right. As a legendary action, he is going to make an attack. He's going to try and bite Beldis, because Beldis hasn't had a rough enough day. Oh, as I roll the wrong thing. All right, there we go. For a 22 to hit, which will definitely hit. It's not an advantage, unfortunately. That would have been a nice crit. Sorry, game. All right, for 9 piercing damage. And then let's roll that 3d6 necrotic. So you see as it's the Mallory's like smoked by this luminescent light, it strikes Mallory in the chest, and you hear the sizzle and the smell of burnt flesh, and there is a unnatural, unearthly howl as he staggers back and then lunges forward towards Beldis, his lips and teeth sinking into Beldis's arm as he raises it instinctively to keep it from his throat. You know what, we'll just roll these dice. Why not? Alright, 13 necrotic. And as he latches onto Beldis's arm, you see that wound already beginning to close up slightly, as you hear the sound of audible gulping. Beldis is up. Let's see, what does Beldis want to do? Beldis, what would you do? Beldis is gonna, I'm lazy, so I'm going to say Beldis is gonna pull out his rapier and stab twice. That seems like a Beldis thing to do. For a 16 to hit and a 22 to hit, both will hit. For 4 piercing and 10 piercing, respectively. As Beldis kind of like sinks his blade, using the rapier itself to kind of keep Mallory from getting any closer. However, Mallory stands strong, bringing us to the vampire spawn's turn. And all of you witness as these vampires begin to close some of their wounds. You see some of the bee stings closing up, stingers kind of popping out of white, pale flesh. The vampire spawn nearest Maggie is going to attempt to hit you, Maggie, as they lunge forward with their claws, seeing as how you have summoned this flurry of beasts in their way.
Giant swarm.
A giant swarm. Does a 25 hit?
Yes, that actually surprisingly does in fact hit me.
Awesome. So that is 8 slashing damage.
Okie dokie.
And then they are going to attempt to bite you. And that one isn't gonna do it. Thanks, D&D. I forgot how well you treat me with dice.
Vampires break their teeth.
The vampire lunges, slashing your arm. And is the summon animals, is that a concentration spell?
I think so. I'll check in just a sec. I will say when he tries to bite Maggie, she's like, "Oh no, hun. No. We're not 2 or 3."
Beldis an AC of 25.
Hey, that's just what D&D Beyond said. I looked at it.
Of course, of course.
It is con.
Okay. Roll me that concentration save.
That's a 14.
You
Oh,
succeed.
wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They only rolled 8 damage. Right.
Can't do math. I don't like math. It's math.
Math is hard.
Math. Yeah.
The second vampire spawn is going to rush Rue.
Good luck.
Making a slashing attack and then a bite as well. 18 on the swipe with their claws as they kind of lean forward, kind of trying to get your shoulder.
Yep.
All right, they dig their nails into you, digging. You can hear the crack of your chainmail as their nails dig through, finding your skin underneath. You take 11 bludgeoning. And following, they use the momentum of their charge to kind of almost bow you over for a moment as they try to sink their teeth into you. Does a 26 hit?
Yes, and Rue only has leather armor.
Oh. Okay.
Is this like the sailor kissing the woman photo type of thing?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
And you feel their teeth kind of sink into your left shoulder, almost feeling the chip on your clavicle as they tear a bit of you out, kind of using their momentum to roll past you as they bite and then coming around the other side of you. You take 6 piercing and 12 necrotic. And your max HP is reduced by 12 damage, or by 12 HP. But that is the end of their turn, bringing us to Maggie. Blossom on deck.
Okay, help me out. Which is the main guy?
That would be the one to the south that's right near Belda's.
Okay. I might go, do we want to kill him? Just all of them dead? Alrighty then. I'm gonna send Scorching Rays at level 4 at him. Do I mean that? Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna send it at level 5. So that's like 6 Scorching Rays that I'm doing.
All right.
I feel like making sure that the one way out of the Crimson Haven isn't controlled by a bunch of vampires is probably a good activity for us to engage in.
Worth it. I didn't go all the way to 6, but I feel like 5 is worth it. Okay. I haven't played this character in so long that I'm like, how does Druid?
Yes.
How does Druid?
So
How does Druid?
How does Druid? Or Doodad?
Yes. All right. We have... That's not going to do it. That's 11.
Yeah, that won't hit, but you still have like 5 more rays?
5 more. 20. Not nat.
All right.
Do you want me...
I will. You keep rolling. I'll just keep track of which ones hit.
That is a 25.
That'll hit.
I can use all of my d20s. That one won't. I think that's a 14.
Nope, that will not hit.
That is a 23.
That'll hit.
And that is a 17.
That will just barely hit.
Hey, nice!
You have 4 rays, each doing 2d6 fire damage.
Okay,
so
all
if
right.
You want to roll 8d6.
That's a good idea.
It's like a fireball.
Oh, I only have 7, so I have to reroll one of them. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, 10. I rolled 4 6s, but 2 1s.
Okay.
12, 24,
So
5,
26
6, 7,
damage.
8, 29. I'm at 29.
29.
because there was a
okay.
3. And another friggin' 6!
All right. Maggie?
So that would be 34?
34, yeah. All right. Maggie, I need you to describe how you blast this person apart. I will say this, they are not dead. But whatever form they have right now, you get to be the one that incinerates or blasts it into smithereens.
I think I have a look of determination. Like, I look at Rue, and I have a moment of just thinking about running from that for so long. And that gives me that resolution to be like, no, I'm pouring this out right now. And it is just 6 in a row, right to the chest. Just no art to it. Just like boom, 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 boom.
Mallory staggers back with each flame, searing and burning their skin with like this acrid black smoke kind of fleeing them as they stagger back one after the other, away from Beldis, who is holding their numerous bleeding bite wounds. And Mallory looks at you with these hateful, unempathetic eyes. You will regret that. I will be back. And you see the cracks in their skin like the cracking of logs when tossed on a fire. As coals splinter, their body begins to crack and break down into soot, and a mist arises and it begins to fly towards the left, down one of the hallways. The other 2 vampire spawn look panicked. One of them looks like it doesn't know whether to surrender or to keep fighting. But there is a moment where you see their eyes kind of gloss over, like they don't have that decision anymore. And that brings us to Blossom. Unless you have anything else
No,
to
because I have my...
Oh, you have all of your bees?
I have sparkles on all my bees. I will reconsider the bee swarm next time. Okay, there's one that I can get by distance. The one by Beldis is gone. It's the one by Karis. Let me make sure. Okay, I'm going to send sparkles just 2 squares over, so that the vamp by Karis is in range, and we're gonna do flame seed for that. That's 26.
That'll definitely.
And do 1 to 6 plus. That's only 5 damage, but hey, what the heck? It did a thing. And now my 5 bees are gonna go after the guy that's in between us. That's right next to me.
Alright.
So 16.
That'll just barely hit.
Cool. You might want to record
Alright,
this.
yeah, I'll do the patent pending finger count.
Yes, another 16.
That'll hit.
Oh wait, that other one isn't 16. I used my spell attack bonus instead of there, so only 1 hit.
Oh, okay.
12.
That'll miss.
Won't hit. That is a nat 20.
Alright.
It is actually, in fact, a cat paw nat 20.
Oh, I love it.
And I believe the last one, this is the last one, is 13.
That'll miss.
So essentially 3. I have a crit and 1.
Yep.
And I need him to make 2 con saves.
Yes.
And the DC is 11.
DC is 11. Okay. That is a 17 on the first one.
That
and
succeeds.
a 11 on the second one. 8 plus 3.
Okay, so if it meets it, then it beats it, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
they
then
are
we
poisoned,
just
but
do...
they'll still take the damage.
Yeah, we'll do 10 damage. Wait. 10... 11, 12, 13, 14 damage, sorry.
Alright. And they are not magical, correct?
They're... enlarged by a spell, so I don't know.
Natural weapons, though, I think, for bugs. I don't think it counts as magical for damage reduction purposes.
I feel like that is a simple and elegant answer that should be used.
Yes.
Thank you for your patience, everybody.
Oh, no problem. We've been gone for a month. You think I remember how half the NPCs talk? I'm like, well, howdy, and you're like, Lord Commander. All right, Blossom is up. Blossom is going to rush over to Beldis and slap a heal on him for 1d8 damage, or 1d8 HP, not damage. That would be counterproductive. Well, 1 on the die. Well, Beldis, enjoy your 4 HP. It's 4 more than you had.
She tried?
She tried, yeah. Blossom is like, oh, that looked like it hurt. Here. And just kind of smacks him. Mallory is gone, flown off to the east, or the west, down the western tunnel, bringing us to Rue with Golineth on deck.
Are they still in like earshot range, or I just don't know?
Mallory the smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there was one thing I do need to say. You remember how I rolled that dice last time and I said I was going to keep track over the weeks? It has happened.
Okay.
So, as you see Mallory's smoke begin to funnel down that. If you want to have a free action to say something or what have you?
Yeah. I think Rue's just gonna kind of call out and be like, yeah, I know we have our differences and you're kind of a piece of shit, but whenever you come back in our corporeal, fuck me, we might actually be able to use you.
Roll me a persuasion check.
It's not great.
Do you want to use any crits or advantages from chat?
I have not been keeping track. That's why.
I think you all got one crit.
Yeah, we all got one.
Which was from L.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck it. I'll use it. Oh wait, I rolled a D12. What am I doing?
You're never gonna succeed that way.
I hate that.
I was like, oh, it's 11. That's not. Wait, where are my D20s? Oh, they're right here. Oh my gosh.
It's been a long month.
I'll use the crit. Sure. It wasn't much better. It was a 13. So.
All right. So what with your bonuses? What is your nat 20?
Good question. Oh, that's a 25.
Okay. So, you don't hear anything back. However, what you do hear is the screeching of a giant mass of fluttering, leathery wings coming down the western tunnel towards you. The chirps and the clicks of bats. Hundreds and hundreds of bats flying towards you. They reach the end of the tunnel as the mist passes through them, using them kind of like cloud cover. And they don't attack. They stay there for a long moment, staring at all of you, and then fly down the tunnel at their master's beck and call.
Then Rue will look to the vampire spawn next to him and be like, you can walk away, potentially. Well, I don't want to speak for everyone, but maybe you can walk away. Just tell your master we could use some help with the resistance. There's a lot of blood in it for them, and maybe a little bit of gold. I don't know. We need to get people out. And we also could use a vampire on our side. And if he ever wants to tangle one-on-one, I will fight.
Why
him.
are we making deals with a vampire who eats people who don't pay up?
Well, he can eat some people on the other side.
But we don't know if he's gonna do that. He'll just eat the people we're trying to save. No!
Does he honor his end of bargains if the other side honors theirs? Or does he only hold the other side accountable when he makes bargains?
It's usually a one-way street, but we don't know where he's going to bed, so maybe it's worth
I
a
want to
shot.
find where he's going to bed and make sure it doesn't exist anymore.
It feels like
Harrison feels a little upset about getting charmed and getting bitten.
That's fair. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. It's up for discussion. I just wanted an option out there because we could use some firepower on our side.
But like what we saw happen to Karis at a crucial moment, if he wanted to, he could make a commander make the wrong call, or like there's so much that he could potentially do. We'd have to know that we could trust him. And I respect your decision about this. This is someone who's pursued you, but how can we trust him? At least enough.
I'll let him go lick his stupid vampire wounds and grumbling in the general direction of the tunnel. But I don't think we should be putting him around people deliberately.
When this whole thing is over, he can have me.
No, we're not. No, that's a no. That's a no. No.
No.
The vampire in front of Rue kind of their jaw back into place from the numerous hits. Is that a sincere offer?
No.
Yes.
No.
One life for unknown amounts of life. I will take that deal.
Rue, we're not that desperate.
Well, we don't.
We really aren't. We've got so many options. Even more so now that we chased away the vampires.
We have how many 4 inquisitors bearing down on us, and how many?
And
we don't know how many else.
We have teleportation. We now have these tunnels that people could be using to get out. We have options that don't involve feeding you to vampires at any point.
Would these individuals, I don't speak for my master, would they be willing to donate blood? I don't need to kill someone to drink.
Which individuals?
I'm not picky. Some of us are. I'm not.
So if you were to get a supply from our enemies, you'd have no reason to take Rue.
I can't speak for the master, but I think everyone's blood has a weight to it.
I think they're talking about the ones they're ferrying out of our stronghold at the moment.
Why do you want to throw your life away?
Mine?
No, Rue. You don't have a life.
No.
No offense.
Technically speaking, that's very true.
I mean, we have kind of blundered our way into war, so I might not even be able to hold up my end of the bargain. Earmuffs, sorry, a little late on that, but
Did we lose them?
If I can save
I can still hear them.
10 people, 5 people, even 3 people. Oh no, my connection is unstable.
You're back. We can see you. We can hear you.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, if I can save even 2 people, that's That's fine.
If you insist on throwing your life away, at least wait until you know that it will work. But how about finding other ways? You're guaranteeing that your life will be thrown away this way. It's a guarantee. What about the rest of us? What about what it would do to us? You think we don't care?
I mean, we're in war right now. Like we could all die. Like
As someone who's made really bad decisions for the cause of war, this is not an appropriate one.
None of you complained when the elf said, "Take me."
When the fuck did that happen? And shut up! You don't have a say in this!
I'm seconding that. I'm seconding that.
All of
Perhaps
that,
we
we're
should
gonna pack all of that up. No
Perhaps we should-
vampire has a place in this discussion, primarily. You, she points at the elf. Stop running into danger and throwing your life away. You idiot!
Colin,
Yeah.
I'm sure you know that was directed at you.
It was very clearly, there were flailing arms involved. She's a giant pillar of light next to her.
The vampire spawned near Golith. I was like, ugh, and like takes a few steps away. It's like, I'm gonna let you sort this out. Like,
One fear, more
Oh,
light beams come
actually-
from that wall. Like,
now that we're on the subject, hey, vampire spots, can you just get out of here? We have to
Yeah,
have
this is
a
more of a
discussion.
private thing.
Yeah, unless you want to
Agreed.
die, leave. Die
the
again,
two of
rather.
them look at each other for a brief moment and are both like, yeah, nope, we're gone. Bye. Bye. They just both go down the west passageway. As one of them is leaving, he reaches into a, well, at this point it's like magically torn up pockets, and tosses a ring onto the ground. We'll be in touch, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got Mallory's number, okay?
And this offer has not been fully signed and sealed, to be clear. Are you too clear about that?
We do not have that ability to agree to this. No,
All right,
no.
so there has been no agreement made.
You can still float the offer. Tell Mallory to get in touch with my people.
You're
Which
trying
is-
to open
it's just me.
negotiations.
yeah. My people will talk to your people.
I gotta roll something. Okay, yeah, the two of them just leave. You just see them leave.
Karis comes down for a landing. She's
Yeah.
done being
I imagine we gather together. And I would just like to point out that my giant insects last for 10 minutes. So they're still here.
just buzzing, just chilling.
Doing like, I think they're having fun because they really live in a mason jar right now. So they're just buzzing around, having a good old happy time while we're having
Going
Going for
Harrison
walks,
heavy
they're peeing on
conversation.
stuff.
Karis is maintaining concentration on the wall of light for now because she doesn't know when any
Did
more
the-
vampires are going to show up.
Did the vampire spawns toss the ring to anybody, or is it just on the
No, it
ground?
was just like on the ground. Mhm. Can I identify it? I believe I can still cast it. Hold on. I do, I can. I have a spell slot that I can just cast it. Oh. And so I relay that to Rue if Rue is looking like Rue wants to pick it up.
Well, if we're taking like the short rest, Rue's gonna use her chef feat, which I don't think I've used yet, and prepare some food for everybody.
I think that's a sensible idea here after we had this big fight. We're down a deep dark tunnel and we're just like, damn. We're wiped. We all had like collective ADHD, all right, and we forgot to eat because we were totally intending to eat, guys, and then we totally forgot, and now Rue's remembered.
That was drama. Okay, what did we get from? I'm sorry. What did we get from the berries? What's the amount that we get? Stop. That's where we.
No, the chef feats. You gain bonus to either Constitution, Wisdom, or it doesn't say how much. I don't know. It just says additional hit points when taking a short rest. So I guess maybe that's one extra hit dice. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know.
Cool. I'm gonna just cast Healing Word on myself, or Cure Word wounds. I mean.
Maybe just roasting some like veggies. I don't know. Was Maggie vegetarian? I don't remember.
Well,
No. Sorry, I heard a different. I heard Beggy. I was like, who is that? It's really been a while. Yeah, no. She's not. She eats meat.
Well, okay. Well, I think it's all magical anyway. So whatever. It's just like we'll say a Thanksgiving assortment of food that is just magical. Do we should we have them start sending people here, or do we go back and tell them about this place?
I believe first we're supposed to talk about this whole throwing your life away thing that at least half of this group has been doing regularly. What is did the Feywild do something to you? What is happening here?
No, I have 100% certainty that if I have all my faculties, I can kill Mallory or at least escape. So that it was a little bit of a lie.
Okay.
Looking around, seeing if there's any vampires. But if they get the better of me, they get the better of me, and we still save a bunch of people, and we have a powerful ally on our side. And that's worth it to me. Well, an ally as long as they want to kill me and eat me.
Okay, so what you're saying is after we're done with this war, we're all hunting a vampire. Check. Golineth.
Yeah, probably.
What the hell, Golineth? Sneaking off and confronting a bunch of vampires by yourself.
I didn't know they were here.
And when she found out they were here, what did you do?
That I'm a little bit fuzzy about.
Truly.
Truly.
You know, I I'm used to people lying to me. Usually they're under 10, but I'm used to people lying to me. So I just want to check and see, because sometimes my radar is a little off when someone isn't under 10 and is maybe over 150. But would you happen to be lying to me?
Wasn't I charmed? Oh.
At no point was Golodeth charmed.
Yeah, no, but I remember failing a wisdom save. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Let's rewind.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I guess you're wondering how I got here. Freeze frame.
I really just wanted to see what kind of danger was ahead. And then once I found out what it was, I wanted to not let it get to y'all.
How are you going to do that?
Oh, you really are asking the tough questions today, aren't you?
Yeah,
Any way I could.
So you were going to take on 5 vampires by yourself in order to protect us?
If need be.
That doesn't make any sense.
A lot of things about my life don't make sense.
They don't have to stay that way.
Yeah, just I try, but it always just backfires.
Next time you see a bunch of people that might kill us, why don't you come back and warn us?
I didn't want to lead him to y'all. I mean, there was a little bit of emotion involved, but at the same time, it's I know I'm not quite myself anymore, but I still have a little bit of a mind for tactics and strategy, and I didn't want to lead them back to y'all, and I didn't know how to tell y'all not to come to look for me. So many things I always want to say, but I just don't.
You had to know none of us would have, not even me, would have listened to you if you said, don't come here. Because you would be alone in a room with 5 vampires. And that is unacceptable to everyone in this room.
Well, hold on. I think given the hold on, I'm not excusing, I'm saying if any of us were in the same position, I think we would have made the same choice. I think the thing that I need to work on, and Coloneth, is we like to venture off on our own a little bit, and that is the point we should be focusing on, not trying to keep everyone else safe. Also, I think Coloneth is the only one who can't speak to anyone else, so maybe give them the sending ring?
I don't think that Maggie has those powers, for what it's worth, but because she's been relying on Rue. It's not a druid thing.
Okay, sorry.
Does the sending ring particularly go only to map? Like, sending rings are paired, right? Just like sending stones.
Yeah, it only goes to Mallory.
Yeah, so that's what Paris then explains.
Yours.
Like, oh, no.
That's for you.
Charges in there. Gotcha.
Exactly.
That's
and
for you.
Personally, she then makes the look at like all of them. I don't think that's the one we want. Speaking to Mallory, personally speaking.
Can I go back to what Rue just said? Because yes,
I do like that. Agreed. Yeah.
I don't. Sneaking off on your own, yes, absolutely. We should pay attention to that. But keeping each other safe by throwing your life away is not a good idea either. Why is it that the more we care about you, Golanath, the more likely you are to try to put yourself in harm's way for our sake?
That's how I show love. I just want to keep y'all
You
safe.
know that's screwed up, right? Like showing love by running away. You know that's like probably not a great thing.
Doneth, are you my parents? Or
Why did
It's a
your
moment
parents
where
not?
we all realize we need collective therapy.
Did your
well,
parents not do great
they
things?
were always around. They weren't always around. They were hunting dragons, and they, I was kind of left to my own. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why I understand it, because that's all I know.
Man, we're fucked up.
But that would be protecting them by destroying them. If you save someone by sacrificing your life, especially needlessly, all you do is break their hearts in two.
Heart will heal.
Blossom, go home. Get out of here. Go back to the. I'm kidding, Blossom.
If
Yeah.
hearts healed, Galaneth, you wouldn't be the way that you are now. And that's the last I'll say on the topic unless you come to me to talk. But I would like to be able to care about all of you in this group without thinking that I'm putting myself at risk for being devastated at any moment. So maybe at least try to keep yourself safe. Blossom, if you are trying to say something right now, you should reconsider. Oh, I thought you were like doing the like I'm about to say something.
No.
Quit while you're ahead, Blossom. Quit while you're ahead.
No, Blossom says nothing. Blossom just goes, Blossom's intelligent enough to know when not to talk.
Exactly. Blossom's like, well, I said my piece.
Yeah. Blossom's like,
Goes
it's
back to
clear I
tuning your
can't make
instrument,
any
like-
of these people be good friends.
Just goes back to tuning your instrument and goes, I have that card.
Strumming the lute.
Yeah.
We all just head back to the keep and I guess make sure they're still not under attack and alive. And I could really use like a good 8 hours.
Yeah.
Not a
Yeah.
bad idea.
I missed you all.
Missed you too.
We'd
Would miss you more if you went away forever.
Same. And yeah,
Didn't know if you were coming back. Go on, I keep talking over you, Adam. Sorry.
No, we gotta get them to post a guard at this tunnel because there's so many. From what Mallory said, there's so many other entrances. We don't.
Well, yes.
Oh,
there needs to be a guard. We need to tell them the nature of the tunnel. There's a lot.
Yeah, and you just yell at them. Like, how do they not even like take a look down there? Like, they're just.
To be fair, it was covered by all of that rubble.
I squeezed through. Gollum squeezed through. Beldis squeezed through. Like, we all got through there.
Because you wanted to. Most people aren't that determined. I hope you understand that we're not most people. Is everybody else also clear on that? That we are not most people?
Yeah, that's fair.
So most people keep telling us.
I feel like they must be right. If enough people have told us that, I feel like they've got something going on.
Well,
they may not be correct in like calling us all heroes or some nonsense, but we are different.
We have capabilities, that other people don't have.
That.
We have capabilities that other people do not.
Correct. And on that note, yeah, we should definitely get back, handle all that, and then sleep for definitely 8 hours.
Yeah. Can anyone send a message to anybody? I can't. And just let them know. Go post a guard, and then also that we're coming back.
I can one sending. And then she just goes, "Oh my god, who am I sending this to? What was his name?"
Is that a question for me?
No, that is her in character going, "Oh my god, what's his name?" I have his name written down here, so she will remember. Italian, that's right. Okay. And she takes her deep breaths. And then she goes off to have her call. The somatic component is her like miming, picking up a phone, and there's just like a glow going on as sending activates.
Nice.
And it goes to Adalian Rage Fiend. We have investigated the southern tunnel. It has been cleared. And then, not those words, but it is an old highway of the ancients used to traverse long distances. It connects with many other tunnels. We are uncertain where they lead. We encountered vampires in the tunnels. A guard should be posted and watchful for incursions. A potential escape route to other locations has been found. And we are on our way back. And the end of the sentence.
Was that 25 words?
I was not
No, it
counting. I
was
was counting you
not.
were.
35.
It's okay.
It'll cut out at some point.
Hi.
It's fine.
They'll get the gist.
Sorry. Hello. Yes, this is Italian. I've gotten your weird telepathic thing. You kind of cut out. You could have just talked to me. You're like 30 minutes max away, but...
How does he know that?
Shh. That's my bit.
Yeah, you don't know Italian.
You don't know what he's capable of. He's
No,
more than
no.
more than a person who needs to get rescued. He's a man
I
of
was like,
talent.
bitch, if we're 30 minutes away, where are you? Where are you, huh?
I'm handling. Well, you don't get to say that to me. I'm on the phone now. I get to respond. I'll make sure we have whatever guards we can spare watch the tunnels. I'm glad you're all safe. Vampires are no easy foe to defeat.
And I was really wishing he was going to say vampires are no joke.
Excellent.
All right. Let's
All right. So yeah,
go back.
it's off the phone and was like, all right, they know.
And
Let's
then
go.
also, did anybody notice these golden apples on the way out? Because I did, and then, that bigger fish to fry, we saw a hole in the wall, and...
No, we're not doing any golden apples. We're not doing any rune stones. We're not doing any glowing passageways. We are sleeping.
I'm doing a golden apple first.
Fine, you're allowed.
We're all allowed one time to go off on our own.
Exactly. Maggie gets a golden apple.
Unless you're concerned that it's unsafe, but it seems to me like if it's unsafe, it wouldn't be sitting out there with everybody walking past it, and we would have been told not to eat one.
I'm not confident in that, but if you're confident in that, I trust your confidence.
Well,
No,
also,
I'll wait.
they don't have a guard posted at a hole in the back of
In the bottom of the
Yeah.
that's you make a good point.
Personally, I think it's just
Yeah.
no one's bothered to investigate the apples,
Right.
which I feel like can wait in the morning.
I was trusting in the logical behavior of people not behaving logically.
I mean, they
That's
also
a
don't
really
have
good
a
point.
lot of guards.
Mm.
That's also
Yeah, but there's like two
We've
two
already
entry
found
points.
like 3 magical mysteries they have not had the time or manpower to investigate. I feel like
We're so judgy.
I feel like the apples would have been investigated had they the time or the resources, but
They
they're
just
a
didn't have
morning thing. They are a morning investigation.
Yeah.
The
All
apple.
right.
They're just like, man,
All
we lost
right.
another 9 of our friends today. Sure wish they were here so we could guard that one back pillar. Like, you guys are like, come on.
Poor people are
You
going,
have 2 possible entries to a place. I think you got both of them. That's just rude.
To be fair, they didn't know that this was an entranceway.
exactly. Again, it was blocked.
Hence why they
98%
said
blocked.
you guys should check it out. I think their word for word was, we haven't had the time or the manpower to check this out.
Rue is
Paris
judging.
understands.
Rue is
Yeah,
judging.
we're just in a judgy mood.
I mean,
We're all
Paris is,
spicy.
like, fully
We're all spicy
understanding,
today.
like, hey.
We came in choosing violence. All right, so are you all making your way back after you eat? Are you eating in the cave and then going back? Is that the plan?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
I mean,
Okay.
I already gave myself a point.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah,
I-
okay,
yeah,
that's all
it's a walking meal.
yeah.
You know what? She made walking tacos.
Yeah.
Walking tacos.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So
Walkie-talkies.
you all set about heading back. Oh, that's not the song I wanted. Actually, you know, it is the song I wanted because a while back one of you asked for help. Golnath, Rue, as you're walking back on the
I sneak off.
You see a small wooden door with markings you very clearly recognize. As you approach, it opens about 4 inches. A very familiar hand reaches out. It is slender and female. And it drops a wooden stake. And the door shuts and vanishes.
I just look at Rue and I say, I'm a vegetarian, you take that.
Wait, that's the thing. This bet, Karis, can you see if this is a magical stake or if it's just a piece of wood?
Did we see what just happened?
What?
Okay.
You all see this door just whoop, drop the stake, leave.
Who was that? Who was?
Door situation.
That's I guess at a game does everyone else know about Galenus Handler or
No.
Yeah, they've
No,
oh,
because
that's
you
right.
went to the Feywild.
I
You
don't-
went to the Feywild and you've never told us why you went to the Feywild. We were just like, they fucking went there.
I
I didn't mean to go there.
I think that you told Beldis a little bit about Sprite, but that's all the rest of the party has
Yeah,
been
he knows
told.
that you met someone, I think, named Sprite that apparently Galeneth knows and is angry at.
Gotcha.
But I don't even think even Beldis understands what
Yeah.
Sprite is supposed
I don't
to be.
think
Yeah,
there's
I-
ever been a deliberate discussion where you said, hey, Sprite is my Feywild handler. I may have committed crimes.
So-
No, I've said that Sprite was because we were at a bar or a tavern, and he was quizzing me because there was some sort of question, and I said that I only ever had 2
Oh, yeah.
people that
think
I
Did he
ever
ask how you were raised or something? And I think...
something along those
Yeah.
lines, and then he made an insinuation. It was something about basically called Sprite, possibly a hooker.
I vaguely remember.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is all ringing a season 1 bell in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Rue
Nevertheless-
really somethings.
Rue
Yeah.
will just say, "Oh, so I asked for a favor from someone we met in the Feywild, and I guess this is what that is. Well, I guess a return on a favor, not a favor.
I just
You get a
look
Fey
at,
are weird.
I just look at Rue and I'm just like, you're now in her debt.
No. They were supposed to help us leave the Feywild. They didn't. Blossom got us out, so we are even Steven.
Oh God, this is This is
And
not
if,
going to
and if
finish
it's
well.
just a piece of wood, that is no favor. That is just
Well,
a piece of wood.
I
There's
mean,
tons
no,
of wood
it
around.
can't.
Paris is just
you-
like leaning over the piece of
Yeah.
wood, not touching the piece of wood that just
Karis,
appeared.
it can't just be a piece of wood, right? I mean, that would
It
make
came from the
No.
Feywild.
Mm.
I
Mm.
mean, isn't a steak the only way that you can kill a vampire?
sure, but we can make stakes like here.
They
Yeah,
just-
So-
I've got a
Which
wooden
would make
shield on my
sense
back
if
right
she's
now.
telling them to screw off. Apparently, like
technically she
the
did
relationship is not great here.
Yeah, no.
I think this
I'm-
might be a little bit of pettiness.
She has
Listen.
quite literally taken a stake into this.
Oh,
Mm. Anyway, Karis is going to, with cloth, pick up the stake and inform everyone. I would identify this if I had sleep. And then casually just wraps up, puts her back.
Oh, this is a
And it's like, I
mistake.
will handle that later.
Is there like a disturbance in the force in Galnet's mind? Like, just like.
I just look at Rue and I'm like, looking back, she's always had me do things that I never really wanted to do, and I thought she was out of my life, and now she's in your life, and I know what this is going to lead to, and she's going to come calling.
And that's when we say no.
I don't think she's coming calling. Like, we gave her a ring, which they accepted without even question. They didn't even ask what it was. And
They didn't even tell us any more about it either. Like,
yeah, I feel like
it's-
maybe I gave away
every-
that ring a little too quickly.
Everything that I've ever done, I'm calling into question. I'm so confused.
Well, let's
And this- and
maybe
this.
sleep on it. All right.
This is why we don't deal with Fae. Just blanket statement, nothing on them. Like, looking at Blossom, like, nothing against you, but just, if you don't want confusion, if you don't want to experience this heartache, don't do it. Just don't do it. And that, my friends, is Fae Dealings 101. You're all welcome. Continues to eat her taco. Like, Fae Dealings, just don't talk to them. Don't do it.
I mean, we could. Oh, I don't know.
Don't do it.
Right now, I'm just reaching out to everyone. Apparently,
it's
We're
not.
just all tired. I'm tired, and I just
yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Like,
not
we'll
at the
start-
top of the to-do list to worry about the Fae.
No.
Yeah, we'll reach out when we've all reached 8 hours of sleep. A.
Let's-
And she gives like an
let's skip
A
that.
finger guns to Beldis, who probably finger guns her back.
I kind of drop back just a little bit and make sure that the
The door is gone.
door is gone.
Hey,
And
hey,
then I just kind of
hey,
kick the
Galna,
wall.
eyes up.
Yeah,
we said, we
I'm
said
coming,
we're all
I
together.
promise.
No,
I know.
no.
I'm coming. I'll be right there, and
We can get a leash.
I
Don't think we
start
won't.
heading that way.
We'll have to put a bell on you, but that'll, make you.
Abeltus?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we all need a sleep here.
Roll
Yeah,
an
there's-
investigation
loopy.
check, Golnath.
You want me to do? Oh, an investigation.
Investigation.
You
check.
said you were checking for it. I will
Yeah.
never not let you.
Well, I do declare that is a natural 20 for a 25.
All right.
Dun dun dun.
Turning the music back on. So, you begin checking as the rest of your party begins to kind of move away. Realizing that you have stayed back, you're checking the walls. There is no door.
And I'm not being sneaky at all.
no,
like
no.
I'm
Yeah,
okay.
you are being very deliberate. But you do catch the scent of a very familiar perfume. It is coming from around you. Whereas in the past, when Sprite has left, it has not lingered. It is faint, but I will say this, with your knowledge of Sprite, you get the sense she has not left the material plane yet.
All right.
Karis does only get about probably 30, 40 feet away before she has just stopped moving forward until Golineth rejoins the group. It's gonna sit there and eat her taco.
I'd look at Karis and nod and just look at Rue and don't say anything, but if Rue were to catch it, it would definitely be visibly concerned for everything. Just the now interaction with Rue and then the vampires. And I think Golineth's whole demeanor after confessing their confusion and everything else would just be, I don't even know how to describe it.
I feel like after spending a few weeks, months in the Feywild with Golineth, and obviously the same amount of time beforehand, like Rue, I would assume has sensed a shift in like their personality and is kind of like clocking this, but also it's not their spot to tell everyone everything. So, but they're gonna keep an extra eye out, I suppose.
Our whole time in the Feywild, like I've got a montage that plays in my head, kind of like Big with Tom Hanks and his little buddy. It's just, I see us just running through the Feywild, just having a, you know what I mean? Getting into all kinds of stupid
100%.
ass trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was exactly the vibe in my head when you
Yeah.
started that. That was 100% like what you communicated through the way you interacted when you got back.
And so you
A
all
hangover-esque just moment. Of, like, we don't talk about what we did in the Feywild.
Exactly. You reach the Armathine Keep. By the time you arrive, there are already 4 guards at the entrance to the tunnels. They look haggard and weary. You can see bags under their eyes. They are leaning heavily on, one has like a makeshift spear, one has a longsword that looks like it has not been taken care of in a long time. Their outfits are covered in mud, covered in dirt and grime, but they kind of nod as you approach.
How long have you guys been awake?
Begging your pardon, ma'am.
Yeah.
I mean, hard to sleep when you're on the run. And
I mean, yeah, but that's not the
There's
question.
always stuff to do here. Injured, wounded.
Like, great, awesome, love that for you. Actually, what's going to happen is I'm going to relieve at least 2 of you to go nap under that tree nearby. And I'll be here, and then we'll tradesies. And we'll do that, right?
I can trade in.
Yeah, like, we could do that.
Yeah, I mean, we
trade
can set up camp right around here. We don't have to go.
Sounds good. Great.
Yeah.
We're all in
Sleep here,
agreement.
keep watch here.
Yeah, I could take a first watch. It's no problem.
Rue is going to cast good berries, hand them out to the 4 guards, and then they're also going to give out their hand axe and mace, which that. Hold on. You said there's 4 and 2 of them have shitty looking weapons?
Yeah, one has one that looks like it's not particularly been cared for well. Like maybe it could use a whetstone. Probably just hasn't had time on the road to like upkeep it. The other one is just a makeshift spear. Like they sharpened a stick.
Okay, Rue's gonna give the mace to the one who hasn't taken care of their weapon, and then Rue's gonna take their hand axe, which is actually their butcher knife, and give it to the one with the makeshift spear and say, I love this more than a lot of things in life, but I'm going to give it to you. So don't fuck it up. What's your name?
Gregory, ma'am. My name is Gregory.
Gregory? All right.
I promise I'll take good care of it.
Do you have a... Okay, I trust you. Do you have a whetstone? Do you have a good whetstone?
I might.
You know what? I'll give you mine. Okay? Just take care of her. Take care of this and split somebody's fucking head with it. I don't know. Get some sleep. Get out of here. And throw that... Break that spear, right? Well, actually, no. We might need it. Leave the spear.
They'll like set the spear down.
It's like that's a stake. You're gonna need that.
And yeah, two of them will go off and kind of take a light snooze. They look like they need it. Like, from the state of this place, like, it looks like it's been on like 24-hour surveillance all the time. And
that's why Karis was like, I can spare some sleep out of this cycle to like stagger this out, because like that's not gonna do anyone any good.
Good call.
Yeah, so you all kind of get your camp set up. Blossom kind of leaves for a while, does Blossom things. I mean, unless one of you wants to follow. Like,
I'm just imagining what Blossom things would be.
It's like a whole
side. She probably walked off saying something about like serenades or baths, or it could be anything.
I think the last thing you heard from her was like, "Oh, I really like the grass here. It's not like home though. When I stepped on the grass at home, they screamed."
Great.
Like, walking away.
Like, have fun. Go find some screaming grass.
God.
You know, Blossom will cast a spell before she leaves. She will cast Tiny Hut. So she kind of pulls out her lute and she kind of strums this kind of 10-foot radius, springs into existence around her. From the inside, it looks like music notes are kind of cascading up this invisible wall. But then she just kind of exits. If anyone wants to use it, she's like, have a good night. I'm going to do things now. Goodbye.
Fun.
And off she goes.
I feel like McGubliette has wiggled his way into the tiny hut and is just curled up somewhere in there. He's taking the moment to be like, yeah, tiny hut, mine.
Yeah, he's like sprawled out to take as much space as he can.
He's just lying, pancake-like.
You enter with like, and he just gives you that baleful cat glare of like, how dare you? But the night is yours. If there are any discussions you wish to have, now is the time as the sun begins to kind of set and the stars kind of hang out and the three moons cascading in the night sky, like small lantern lights, with two guards chatting idly about maybe 10-15 feet away, keeping an eye on the caverns, if you will. There is noise from the keep itself, from the stone structure, the sound of movement and grunts of like people carrying and laboring. You can hear Vesix a little ways off at one point, grumbling about something. Probably like that darned cat. Then you see Adalian at one point. You just stop by briefly to kind of check on the guards, check on all of you. It's a very brief, he has things to do. Looking at all of you, he just goes, well, we'll talk about it tomorrow. There have been some... Well, we have some news. I'll leave it at that, and we can discuss it tomorrow.
We don't... You could just give us the news. We don't...
I want to verify it.
Good plan.
When it comes to
we'll stay here in this rotation we've sort of set up. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Quick question.
Yes.
The apples, and like just points towards them. I assume like the apples are nearby and
Yeah, they're
visible.
up above the canyon, like on a little cliff.
Yeah, so I just point in the general direction of apples? Question marks.
Yes, those are apples.
Are they safe? Are they magical? Or does anybody know?
I don't believe any of us have tried it. Tis not often smart to try things out of the ordinary in a druid's grove without knowing what the properties are, and we haven't necessarily had the magical expertise to identify them with keeping the wards up.
Thought as much. So
I could probably talk to them.
Yeah, we'll get a situation on the apples. Don't worry about it.
I'll hear what they have to say.
The apples are just having a party.
Yeah,
exactly. A situation
we're
on the
apples hanging on a tree.
Don't want to see the doctor? Then please eat me. Have bad eyesight. Can't help you there.
It's rocking.
Well, have a good night. And Dalian kind of turns, heads away. Would you intend to have the conversation with the apples tonight, or is that something you would wait until?
I think I have to sleep on it to speak with plants anyway.
All right, so I will. Are there any conversations anyone wants to have? I have one scene left for me, but the floor is all yours.
It's not so much a conversation, but necessarily. I mean, it depends on his response. But before Maggie goes to sleep, she'll just give like a really warm and strong pat on the shoulder to Golineth, like sort of hold on and squeeze just a little bit, and look at him and say, look at them and say, whenever you want to talk.
I just take and put my hand on Maggie's and say thank you. So
There's nothing I don't want to hear.
Thank you.
Goes to bed.
Who's on first watch?
I think that
Karis
was Kara's.
here
Yeah,
first.
Karis. Goldeneth only needs 4 hours of sleep, so.
Precisely. So Karis has taken the first 2 hours, at the very least, and has used Mage Hand. Mage Hand is currently braiding Karis's hair into probably a few different French braid. Like, think Daenerys in her like really crazy pulled back style. Like, that's going on just to like pass time, I suppose. Back there. And Karis has since prestidigitated away like the horrifying blood, changed the clothes, that kind of thing. So as not to just be terrifying, generally speaking. And yeah, just sitting around.
All right. Well, I have but one question for my cast. Goldeneth, where do you keep your cursed dagger?
Oh God.
Somewhere where no one can get to it.
Your bag?
On my hip.
Okay. So, Goldeneth, when you finally do sit down for your reverie, where often it is soothing and restful, meditative, tonight is different. Oh, that's the wrong music. Tonight, your reverie is a swirl of emotions. Dark, cruel. Memories of things you have done to others in the past. The dark thoughts, even when you didn't act on them, hovering there. You see yourself for a moment, standing back at you with a smile. Probably, you recognize the garb that you're wearing, and the dagger. It's one from earlier when you were younger. And you recognize a body standing, or laying behind them. And they look at you, noticing you for a moment, and they go, which one of us is going to end up on top? You aren't going to have that body forever. You don't even know that I'm already there, do you? Inside, I can change anything I want. You think you're safe. You think you're home. You think that your friends will help save you from yourself. I am more you than you ever were. What do you have to say for yourself?
Nothing to say.
Nothing to say. You know, change isn't always bad. Every day you are a different you. Or I'm a different me. Looking back at the faces of all the people we used to be. We could be stronger. We could protect those you hold dear. Or you might lose everything. Now, I won't let that happen. I wanted you to know that deep down, I'm here. And that if you, well, if you aren't strong enough to make the needed choices, I will.
Thanks. But I got this.
We'll see. We'll see. And for you, Golnath, your 4 hours ends. You are well rested, all things considered. Rue,
Yes.
when was the last time you communed with your god? If I recall, it hasn't been since...
During the raid on the city? Yes.
Your dreams are dark. The light of the sun has faded, and you're standing on the crest of a hill. You're barefoot, dressed in nothing but vestments. You can feel the cold grass between your toes. and you see about 200 feet off 4 individuals shrouded in darkness. Behind them burns a blackened fire, illuminating the darkness ever so slightly. And behind you is an individual, and they are resting a hand on your shoulder. But you can tell their fingers are trembling.
Rue's gonna grab the hand in like a comforting gesture and kind of like maybe lean a cheek into it, but also trying to maybe discern these 4 figures' faces.
Roll me a... No, we're not going to do perception. Roll me a wisdom check. Just wisdom modifier plus proficiency bonus.
Wisdom. That is a 14.
All right. You squint, looking at these 4 figures, and while you can't discern any facial expressions or even what race these individuals are, you can see a iron mask that you are familiar with, that you saw the day you saw the first Inquisitorius. In his hand, where he once held his greatsword, he is holding something. It is clenched tight enough that you can't discern what it is. But it is this possessive tightness of his grip.
I guess recognizing the mask, I think Rue is just assuming that the hand on their shoulder is their deity. They're just gonna say, "Don't worry, Yandala. We got this. I've already. I mean, faked them out once before. They might not be the sharpest crayon in the crayon box." And then she'll look back at the hand that is on their shoulder. Well, at the person whose hand is on their shoulder, rather.
Yeah. So as you look back towards that hand, the dream kind of fades away. But as you are moving out of the dream, you kind of sense yourself swirling and moving and reaching back into your conscious self. And you just hear, "I know you will, little one. I will be there, guiding you every step of the way. Fear not what lies in the dark, for my light and my faith in you shall guide you." And you awake. And that's where we're going to take our break. So we'll all see you all in about 10, 12 minutes. Don't go anywhere. You can, hang out all you want, but we will be back shortly. So see you in a few.
Bye.
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 Hi everybody, we're back. I hope you didn't miss us too much. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Welcome to Graham Crackers. Here at Graham Crackers, if it is your first time, welcome firstly. My name is Graham. I'm your wonderful DM tonight, but also, here at Graham Crackers, we're all about making memories of friends. Whether through TTRPGs, RPGs, or MMORPGs. So, welcome, and I hope that you join us to make some more memories. But without further ado, our party had just woken up from a long rest. So let's get some music here. As the golden sun rises over the Armathane Keep on the over the hills, you can see past the waterfall the glinting glow of gold filtered through the crashing water as it lands into the pond and the lake below. Outside of that, you can hear the beginning of individuals starting their morning. One individual is kind of going around passing out bread to the refugees, handing out loaves that have been freshly baked from one of the kitchens that they were able to salvage within the keep. Guards are beginning to rotate out for their rest, at least the ones that do have the ability to do so. You do hear the familiar voice of Daxelton as Vessix and Daxelton kind of switch out. You can hear them murmuring. Vessix is like, "Now you know I told you that. You know I told you that. Like, why would you do that? Why would I just don't get it." And Daxelton very calmly like, "Well, I thought it would prioritize the arcane energy of the location. I felt that the wards could be further amplified." And they kind of drift off as you hear a clip-clop of satyr hooves outside of the dome. Good morning! I hope that everyone had a wonderful sleep.
Thank you for the hut. Thank you for the safety. That was really thoughtful.
Oh, it's okay. I just tried to do my best, like every day.
You always do. You always do.
Mm-hmm.
You succeed a lot, too.
Did you all become better friends? I mean...
Karis is like a pile of rags in a corner, kind of impression of like she is not woken up with all of this. Like she's almost like eking out that last bit of sleep, giving an impression of a pile of rags in the corner.
Blossom, I don't think that we'd get so angry at each other if we didn't love each other.
Is that so? Because there have been plenty of people that were supposed to love me that told me to get lost, or told me to go away, or told me to, maybe not throw a party of all barbarians, or maybe not to steal people, to invite them to parties.
Did you?
Well, you shouldn't be stealing people. I
invited them.
Hmm.
I mean, they said I was stealing, I said inviting. They didn't have to come.
That's fair.
You sort of, packaged some things together in that whole thing. Like, there's a difference between people being cruel and telling you to go away or shut up, who should love you and not do that. And then people who are like, hey, please don't do these things that are a problem for other people.
But isn't the purpose of making people happy? And I mean, if they had a good time at the party, then that means that they're happy, right?
Some people like to choose not to be happy if they don't want to be happy. Yeah, I didn't mean, I wasn't, I didn't intend it as a pointed comment.
Or to not go to parties. I think a lot of people don't like parties sometimes.
Oh, like a book club party? Or like a stay-at-home party?
Sure.
But
I'm really sad that...
Oh, after you.
Oh, I'm really sad that people who were supposed to love you sent you away. I don't like that.
That's okay. It's probably my fault, honestly.
I don't know if that's like the healthiest mindset to go in. You know what? These people here, they need you, and I'm sure given time, they will come to love you. It's just something you can't rush.
But time goes so slowly here.
Yeah,
It is like every minute is like an hour. It is so dreadfully slow and so dreadfully boring, except for that one thing that they found last night. That was really interesting, but the person with the horns, Adalian, they were asking for you.
What'd you find last night? Let's roll it back a little bit.
Hmm?
You just said you found something last night. What,
Did I?
were we all there, or?
Were you?
What'd you find?
I don't remember.
Inside check.
Yeah, roll that insight check.
There is insight. 21.
21. I don't know. I need to roll. You get the feeling that she didn't find anything interesting and is just trying to get a little bit more attention.
Oh,
Like, this is definitely a fishing attempt.
All right. What did Madeline have to say first?
Adalian?
Yes.
He said that he will be available in the main hall and that you should join them at your earliest convenience, and that also his scouts found something, or I don't know, I kind of zoned out.
Okay. Blossom, can you? Well, hold on, Maggie. Let me know if this is a good idea or not. Blossom, can you grab one of those golden apples for us?
well, I was going to go talk to the tree.
Oh, you were going to talk to the tree. Oh, I thought you were going to talk to the apple itself.
Well, the apples are part of the because
Yeah,
the seeds in the apples haven't
That's
been,
fair. Yeah.
you know, I not trying to insult
Sorry,
your.
I just don't know how it works. You know.
I've never heard fruit speak for itself. Not that it would never somewhere,
Have
but
you
I've
been
never heard
listening?
it. Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind. Okay, that's fair. I guess I would leave. I should say something, because I was listening last night in my sleep, apparently. I think we all know that what we're doing is pretty dangerous. And I'm not sure if I'm frozen or not, or...
No, you're good.
Okay. But last night I had a little dream about the Inquisitors and my deity Yandala, and I think it's gonna be pretty dangerous. So I guess the reason I'm saying this is if anybody wants to leave, no judgment, now would probably be the time.
Why is everyone looking at me?
It wasn't.
Oh.
If anyone's going to stay for something potentially life-threatening, it's probably going to be you.
You're not wrong.
I have ways of getting out if I need to. You don't have faith in us.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, it's not every day that, your God sends you a little like, hey, you might die. So I'm just saying if anybody doesn't want to potentially die, then this might be the the last stop on the horse buggy before we get going.
Maggie's just gonna look to everybody like one by one. Why would we leave each other to that and weaken everybody? But why would I leave you to that?
I mean, you got a family.
Right, I have two.
Yeah, Karis isn't awake. Karis is asleep, unfortunately.
And
Karis has a cat to worry about that they gotta go take care of. Galanith, you got Fakar. I mean, I basically just fuck, I guess I don't really have anybody. But yeah, but I'm gonna go down swinging here.
we'll get you out. Like you're like really positive that you're going down, and it's like you've already decided, or we'll get you out. We'll get you out.
Just kidding. We got you.
Which is why I'm not going to go back to my family right now. They know. Well, Una knows. She kept my backpack for a reason, because she knows that I'm not going to just let you walk into danger and not be there to have your back. She knows.
I mean, I appreciate it. I'm just saying, I just wanted to lay out the cards, because I would have felt bad had I not said something. I mean, obviously we all know like it's gonna be dangerous, but I think, you know, if you have a god come and tell you it's gonna be dangerous, then it's gonna be pretty dangerous. So I just wanted to lay all the cards on the table, if you will.
If you had children, would you want them to live under the rule of the Empire?
No.
So, I have two families I have to protect. I'm here for the long haul. But thanks for checking. Didn't need your god to tell us. I mean, not to insult. I didn't mean. I mean, I'm not trying to like.
Hey, they're probably listening right now, so you better.
I didn't. With much thanks to. But
Andala.
and Andala for coming to warn you and us, but I knew. Galanith, I feel like you probably knew too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it was going to be boring, I wouldn't be here.
All right. Well, I guess that's settled. Let's figure out what this tree is. Did we figure out what the stake was? Karis.
There is some movement maybe at the name from the rag pile. Yeah,
Karis,
sure.
I will throw things at you until you wake up.
Yeah, she does not react to like the words necessarily. It might actually take physical violence.
Yeah, Rue will take their bedroll and throw it at Karis's face.
There is a muffled sound of flailing. It sounds like protest. You can't hope to understand those words. It might be something like, why did you throw it at me? Or I'm up. Unclear. There's motion now. Not getting up, but motion within the
Garrus,
pile.
you have to wake up soon and tell us what is going on, or else you don't get breakfast or lunch.
What? No. I'm up. Her hair looks honestly way better than it should for having been slept on quite like that. Probably because of how intricately it has been braided. It's just all in place still. So she looks remarkably put together as she gets up, blinking badly, furious, searching through whatever that is. How did she get these blankets, you wonder? Why are there so many? To find her glasses, put those on. Okay. I'm up. Is there food? There was food mentioned briefly.
Yeah, that's after you tell us what's going on with this steak.
The steak? Oh, right, the steak. More fumbling and throwing of blankets. Back into the pack, in fact, as the steak is obtained, and we identify it.
It is it is a wooden steak.
Sure is. It's wood.
Tight.
There's nothing about it. Just wood.
God bless it.
Wait,
I guess over the table question, did we know that there's 4 Inquisitors in town?
Yes.
We did?
Yes. We did. We had been reported there were 4 spotted.
Well, we know there was for sure 2.
Yeah, you know of Kiernan by name.
Yeah, we know Kiernan by name. We don't know who the others are. We know that there have been 4.
Yeah,
spotted.
4 in total.
Okay.
So yeah, the steak's normal.
Great.
Did we look at the apples yet? Is that a thing that happens?
Not yet.
Okay.
I can head over there. I'm gonna go have a conversation and.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we're waking up. We're talking to the apples.
Yeah.
Rue.
The tree.
Yeah, the tree of apples. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm hungry. I'm really hungry.
You and I might have to have a conversation with a certain someone from the Feywild. Rue will flick a goodberry Karis's way.
Oh.
Immediately eaten. What is the effect of goodberry? Does it just like make you instantly feel full? Like
It's 1 meal and 1 HP, I think. Right?
One meal and 1 HP.
I think it's a meal for the day.
Oh, is it?
And then
It might be, yeah.
And then 1 HP, yes.
Cool. All right.
It's you don't have to track your food if you're in that kind of game. So.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
It,
I'm like, wow.
it provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day.
So yeah, after chewing that goodberry, looks decidedly like more invested in reality. Oh wait, turkey,
this one
ready.
This one tastes. That one tastes like lasagna because it doesn't say what they taste like, but that one tastes like lasagna.
Like the best lasagna she's ever had. She's
The best lasagna.
Fantastic.
The
Oh my
legit
god.
best.
No wonder you're popping these things all the time. They're like insane. All right. Okay. And yeah, so she's prestidigitated the outfit. She flicks a hand, prestidigitates Magoobliet, and basically like shouts at him in an indeterminate language, I think, to most of you. Sounds a little harsh for addressing a cat, but you know, he like grumbles and also moves. And she's walking out of a little tiny hut and hands on her hips, ready in the daylight, looking around like she's going to conquer the world. So we had to talk to somebody? We gotta talk? Who are we talking to? Rue turns around.
Trees, I think.
I'm gonna spend a little time just hanging out at the tree and maybe get the conversation rolling. And if it seems like I can sort of translate out, and I just want to see what the tree's mood is, and then I'll try to
Oh, right.
bring the rest of us in.
Skull
Depending on how
awake?
the tree's
I've been awake.
Yeah, he's just
quiet.
chilling somewhere.
just quiet.
A squinty look, briefly. All right, let's go to the tree then. Let's go. Morning walk, everybody.
Easy enough to do. I'm not going to make you all roll to climb a mediocre hill to a golden apple tree. You quickly arrive, probably under 10 minutes, tops. And there is this this tree with golden apples in bloom. It's this bright green cascade of leaves that kind of are flourishing at the top of this hill. There are golden leaves beneath the tree that seem to have been littered from past seasons.
I'll go sit at the base of the tree, and sort of give it a pat, and I cast Speak with Plants, and say, "Hello, hello, noble tree. How are you
hello there!
Hi.
Aren't you just a golden delight?
Well, that's very kind of you. I mean, if I were to talk about golden delights, I would talk about the apples that you produce. Those seem really unique.
Oh, you talking about my empire?
Empire.
Yeah, I mean, every time an apple falls, another tree's gonna sprout somewhere.
True, it's true. And there used to be a tree with golden leaves here long ago.
Oh yeah, we used to call her Granny Smith.
Granny Smith. She disappeared?
Yeah, must have gone to some type of gala or something. Ain't seen her in a long time.
The one on the creek.
Yup.
Anything special about her that you knew?
Now, let me see. It's been a while. I mean, I don't really remember a lot of things, but, I do remember that, our roots touched this one time, and I was like, whoa now. And she was like, hey, I keep this place safe. And then there were a bunch of, whatchamacallits, the things that kind of look like you, but a little smaller.
Less furry.
Yeah, there were like a bunch of them, but they kind of stopped. Well, I mean, they didn't stop coming. I mean, a lot of them, something bad happened. I kind of remember some of my roots were kind of feeling like, when a worm gets too deep in you?
I can imagine.
Yeah, it was like that. Something mighty foul came out and about, and I just didn't see none of them ever since.
That's what got Granny Smith?
I mean, I don't know about that, but she disappeared fairly soon after.
Well, you healed, it seems like. Are you better now?
Oh, yeah. I'm much better.
Worm's gone.
Yeah, whatever it was. Either, it must have stopped gnawing on my roots.
One more question, and then, my friends might want to maybe talk to you through me
Sure.
a little bit. People like me who have eaten an apple from you.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, is that okay with you?
I mean, I don't mind. I mean, what's the point of having beautiful apples if ain't no one gonna eat ya?
It's true. I mean, they're all empires as well, but sometimes they're good as food.
Yeah, they're regular old ambrosia.
Does it do anything to the people who eat them, strange, or do they get sick or fall over or anything like that?
I mean, one time these two folks like you fell over down in the dirt for a while.
Did they move while they were falling over down in the dirt?
Yeah, they were wiggling awful like a worm.
Yeah, okay. All right. That is very good to know. Thank you for that information. Those are very special apples.
Sure enough, best around these parts.
I'm gonna see if my friends have any questions. What can my friends call you? What's your name? I should have asked you that.
They can call me Eden.
Eden? I'm Maggie, by the way.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Maggie.
Same. Just a sec. I'm going to see if my friends have any questions.
Alexa. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen one day.
Shut up, Alexa.
And I feel like Maggie, there's nothing like, just seems like she's just sitting under the tree and like just looking up in the leaves. There's no like sound that she makes when she does this. But she'll sort of kind of come out of like her sort of gaze and be like, this is Eden. I got some answers about what the apples do. They seem like they might be some kind of what's the word for a thing that makes you like aphrodisiac? I think that might be what they are, or something like that maybe. Any questions that you have for Eden, and I will convey them. She's a very friendly tree.
So these are like horny apples, or?
I think kinda. They might be other things too. Maybe they do other things, but that's what Eden particularly remembered. I can ask if they do anything else. Any specifics I should ask? From the point of view of a tree.
So wait, like the apples are fine? Yes?
Well, I mean, it sounds like they amp you up a little bit. I'll ask if maybe they make people dance or sing.
If that's the case,
Can
I mean,
I just detect magic on the apples?
I can make some hard apple cider from the apples, and we could have a party before we go to war. If anybody's into
I know
that.
Blossom would be down for that idea.
Oh, of course.
Sure, it's not a sex thing all the time. Oh, okay, I'll ask that.
If it is, that's not the worst thing.
Had certain commitments, but right. She'll
Just
go back to
walk
the yeah. Do people do? Even they wanted to know if people did other things like dance or sing, or the apples like, made them really happy, or if it was always like, worm time when they ate them.
Oh, sure, yeah. What does dance mean?
Moving faster, but in like circles and smiling and laughing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, of course it does that.
So it makes people happy and makes people do things they want to do and not think twice about it, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You seem one of a kind to me. I've never met a tree like that.
Really? I mean, that's quite a shame because people help take my apples, but are you saying they ain't getting planted?
It might not be. Would you like me to plant some?
Well, I'd love that. If you'd be so kind.
Yeah, I'll harvest some and then I'll make sure that I find a really good place to plant them. And if I can, I'll come back and I'll tell you.
That would be perfect. I'd be so happy.
All right, just a sec. I'm going to give my friends the answer that you just gave and then see if they have other questions. So they seem to be kind of like lowering your limits. They just make people dance and sing and think kind of whatever they want to do.
Seems like a Blossom thing, a Faye thing, quite honestly.
A little bit.
What does detect magic give off this?
Oh, they're
tree?
absolutely magic.
Oh yeah,
they give
super
off
magic
enchantment.
of enchantment. Cool. And so I relay that. Yeah, this is definitely an enchanted tree, for sure. Positively, just radiating with it. And I'll actually go in and do an identify. It's like I want to know what this tree is.
Okay, so you're identifying the tree?
Yeah, exactly. Identifying the tree and thus what it bears, I suppose.
Okay. What was your question, Rue?
I mean, that might depend on what this identify comes across.
Okay. So in this order, once you kind of lay your hands on the tree and cast Identify, first, it is magical. Second, the apples are called Apples of Indulgence. Would you like to know the mechanics of said apples, or would you like to leave it up to chance?
I want to know, but you can like personally DM me.
I will
see if I tell
DM
anyone.
I will DM you.
Well, I guess knowing what Rue knows from what they've been told, is it possible that we make a cider, sneak behind enemy lines, and give it to the soldiers to make them not want to fight?
Or just so distracted
Yes.
that they... I love that idea.
Or, again, Maggie, I don't know all about your powers. Can you plant a bunch of trees around, and then just by chance, they might eat the apples on their own?
Yes, and I could probably get them to grow within a day or two, but that's sort of hoping that they're going to all do a thing at the same time.
Yeah, but I mean, that's also like less risk for one of us sneaking behind enemy lines, I guess. But I mean, maybe we could do both.
They also might notice if a couple of trees with golden apples show up overnight. And I have to sit there for a while, I think.
Wait,
It's
it's coming to me. So, Rue's plan, Blossom in the cart with the booze that we make from the apples. Distribute the booze. I feel like that's a thing. I feel like that's a thing forming.
Yeah, I can brew. We can make this one plan happen. Potentially.
Yeah, we're gonna. As she's like clearly like just absorbing as like hand on the tree, just like thinking. Yeah. Let's put that in our back pocket. We're just gonna keep that there. And we're gonna talk to a Dalian, right? Right? That's what we were gonna do. But these are apples of indulgence, which I think Maggie explained very well.
Eden, thank you so much. I'm going to take some of your apples and make sure to plant them.
Oh, why, thank you. Take as many as you need.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful to meet you.
Oh, the pleasure was all mine, honey.
She'll pat her trunk and stand up and start gathering some apples in a bag, with the serious conviction that she's going to harvest the seeds and plant some apples somewhere.
And then
How many apples do we get?
How many do you want to pick?
all of them.
Just every golden apple.
Like a dozen?
Okay, yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Easy enough. Yeah,
Maybe
they're
like one of those like big bags that you get at the grocery store,
yeah.
like the 5-pounders.
Yeah,
I guess.
We'll say 15. 15 seems like a fair amount.
Well, apple trees have a lot of apples.
Exactly.
yeah.
I have a lot more than
3
15
apple
is what I'm
trees in the back
saying.
of my house, and
It's like there's
So
a lot more
many.
than 15 there.
yeah, there's like hundreds.
Yeah. Like one tree has a lot of apples.
I guess
It was less about that and more about how much do I want to carry.
Truly, but then we would also help you carry some pounds of apples, I assume.
if we'd like, I can, I guess, using the ring, send a message to Mallory to see about the potential ceasefire and truce.
Let's keep that in our little back pocket. Talk to a Dalian first.
How do we know Melly?
News.
How do you know Mallory's not on their side?
Exactly. Like let's get our actual allies and whatever news they've got for us on the board, and then we'll start teasing.
Well, if
Solution.
Mallory's not on their side, they're definitely not going to be held in favor since they're smuggling people out of
I mean, the Empire
the
wants
Crimson
to
Haven.
take the Crimson Haven, quite frankly, if we're going to get real detailed here. So knowing Mallory would actually be greatly in their favor if they wanted to eventually take that city.
Well, then doesn't that make
one.
them more of like someone that we should have on our side then?
If we could, but if Mallory's being financed by the Empire, is being financed by an Empire.
Yeah.
So just gonna throw that one out there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think any of us have Empire money.
I mean, I've got 11 gold. What did that get me?
Barony.
And I don't think these apples are gonna go too far with a vampire. Anyway, let's go see Adalion.
All right.
Let's go see it.
Let's go see him. So you head back towards the main keep, the Armathan Keep, entering through those old oak doors. They kind of swing way, leading to that large table and kind of, sorry, the hiccups. In the entryway, Adalion is standing there talking to 3 individuals, one of which is garbed in chainmail. They've got like a heater shield emblazoned with a black drop of paint with a white dragon on it. One of them kind of has like a hood thrown over their head. They're wearing leathers. And the third is a individual that is bearing a censer and is dressed in vestments. You don't see necessarily a holy symbol on them, but you can kind of overhear them talking about like, well, I'm going to need some poultices for some of the injured. I'm also going to need some of, like, listing off some herbs to Adalion. As you enter, they all kind of stop, and the 3 and Adalion kind of turn towards all of you. Well, welcome, friends. Welcome, sorry. Do come in. We were just discussing the problems we face here.
Exactly. So I presumably we all like file in and find seats, stand.
Either or. Adalion himself will kind of take a seat at the head of the table. The individual wearing leathers kind of standing in back of him to the right, and he kind of motions to the individual to speak. Hello. I was tasked with going to the town to ensure that our information was correct. The Inquisitorius are on the move. Last night, they sent in some mages from the Empire. They are using magic to glean answers into our whereabouts. More importantly, our contact who has been smuggling refugees out of the city and funneling them through as we fled is close to having their cover broken. It's only a matter of time at this point. We sent an agent to make contact at a dead drop. I discovered that agent hanging from a post. I don't think they have much time, but if they catch him, which, unless we stop them, they'll find this place. But also, in my opinion, they're going to find this place regardless. We should just focus our resources on preparing for them to come. But of course, that is your decision, Adalion. Thank you, Fievel.
Inside check on
Yes.
Fievel.
And this was Hood Guy, right?
Yeah, this is Hood Guy.
Cool.
Not an adorable mouse.
Not
In
an
a grave.
adorable mouse going out
I mean,
west.
not an adorable
or
mouse, but
going
that's
to
fine.
America.
Fievel's a great name. It's a great name.
It is.
It's a good name.
Okay. Insight, what are you trying to glean?
Is it possible to tell if they, I guess, if their information is correct, or if they're like hiding any news that they may have gotten, I suppose?
I'll give you this. It's going to be a difficult check because you don't know this individual. While I won't tell you if they are being false, I will tell you if you feel like they are either withholding things or are being shifty, or if you get a bad gut reading on them.
That is fair.
Because alternatively, they could be telling everything they knew, but it could be incorrect information, you know?
Is there anything, since they were doing any kind of plans and whatever else, are there any maps, any kind of parchments or anything else around the tables? What I'd like to do is kind of move around the room and see what I can figure out about what they've got planned.
Sure. There are maps. Near Adalion, there are 3 sets of maps. One of the town of Chessex, one of Armathane Keep as they have discovered it. Again, as Adalion told you when you arrived, they have not explored everything. There's still the underground that they have not touched. And
any kind of troop movements, or possibly where there have been sightings of the Inquisitors?
On the Chessex map, there are several houses pinpointed that have been kind of marked as safe houses, or at least people that are loyal, or at least kind enough to assist. On the map of the keep, there are choke points and spots where they could garrison troops if they were under attack, and kind of that kind of information. They don't necessarily have a larger grasp of what the Inquisitorius are up to. Unfortunately, they just don't have the manpower to do it.
Do I notice any flaws in their plan? Any weak points?
Roll me a investigation check, and what was your roll, Brew?
16.
16. Hard to get a beat. You don't necessarily get the feeling that he's lying or withholding any information. But there is a gnawing doubt in the pit of your stomach.
I guess with that, Brew will just say, all right, well, if you've got a man in there who hasn't been discovered yet, and you think they are going to pull them out. If they're good at getting people out, we need them here because we need to get people out. So pull them out before they get discovered. It doesn't matter. Their cover's going to get blown anyway. So let's get them here.
Yes, my problem is how many are we willing to cost ourselves to get this one individual out?
How do you mean?
As we have spoken several times prior, every time we have sent someone on a mission, we have lost several. The Empire is growing more present. If we are to conduct a major operation to rescue our resource, odds are we will lose men, regardless, whether it's a diversion force or it's a rescue force. At this point, we don't have a lot of lives to throw away.
you've already said that their cover is intact. They can just walk away. Or am I wrong here?
Even if their cover, we believe is still intact, the problem being it's hard for me to get anyone into the city.
I'm good at getting into places.
Yeah, we actually have a direct line into the city. We can just go.
Well, what if he could just leave? Why doesn't he just leave? I didn't quite understand what the problem was.
I'll send a message to him right now. What's his name? What's he look like?
She will. She'll do it.
I mean, if he leaves and gets a little ways out of the city and you're worried about that, what if he's, say, picked up by a giant eagle and then flown far away?
Question.
And brought back.
Can sendings be intercepted and or like detected by third parties?
I don't think so, but that would be a super dope mechanic.
Like, I feel
That would
like
be a
there
six
might...
spell.
I mean, it would be a very high-level scrying, but considering the Empire and their bullshittery, I wouldn't.
I'll leave it up to a vote. I'll leave it up to a vote because we created this world together.
Because, I mean, you just established that there are mages and they're out looking for discerning locations. So they're using scrying magics of varying kinds. I'm just not sure whether you want a rule that you could, like, detect that.
I don't have a preference either way. I think it's cool.
I don't want to stress about it every time we do sending, though. Like, there's no mechanic for it.
So,
like,
I'm all about saying the sending works.
That's
fine.
We'll say even if they were around, what they would do is catch a blip that a sending has been sent, but they would not know what has been sent.
I think it would be fun if potentially you sent somebody a message in that window that someone was scrying. Because it's not like you're scrying 24 hours. Like, you're just scrying in an instant.
Yeah, oddly, there's always something interesting going on every time someone scries. They're never just like chopping an onion or like in the bathroom or like
listen to Katy Perry.
I don't know. I mean, I was
clipping their
scrying on someone and they were doing something completely mundane, walking down a street. But you know, all depends.
Yeah. I mean, is that all you need to cast a sending? It's just to know their name and what they look like?
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially if you give them a full name,
All right.
There's like a tiny chance of failure, but sending's a pretty simple spell. It's like, really, the only trouble comes in if you're like trying to send across the plains.
Well, it's still pretty high level. Come on.
I mean...
Well, the name is Dalzaran. Ironbrow. They're a dwarf, about 3'8", coal black hair, bushy beard, nose piercings, like 7 of them, all up on the ridge.
That's a big nose. Sorry.
You're not wrong. Built like a house, if a house had fallen over. But also, with the death of our dead drop ancient, we're also not sure if the drop was made or if it has been compromised.
Well, was Dalzaran supposed to pick up this drop, or was it somebody else?
We don't. Dalzaran typically picks them up himself. However, the problem being is if our agent was intercepted prior to dropping it, they would have the information we were going to deliver. While we have no incriminating information.
Okay. Can you tell us said information, or is this like a need-to-know situation?
I told him that we had new friends in town, and that we're working on a way to get him out, and anyone else that he's protecting.
So we need to ask who he's protecting. How many people?
Which was what I was trying to discern.
Because it might be more complicated if there's a lot of people.
Actually, Karis actually starts writing down a preemptive sending tryout of the 20 words of how do we fit all that we need to do in 25 words.
Curious why you're working on that. I guess my question is, why was it pertinent information that you had new friends in town and opposed to just we're working to get you out?
Hope is a powerful thing, and I worried that with the recent drawbacks, that with their safety in question or our success in question, that they would turn
They might flip.
sides.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean we can send them a message and see where they are.
All right. Friends in town, working to get you and others out. How many need evacuation?
I mean, I guess there's still more to use. Do we still have a viable means of extraction outside of just sneaking? We still have the teleportation, yes. We just have to drop our defenses.
Can also help with that. I can move people through trees. If the defense is dropped, I can bring them back here. It's a little it's weird. It's weird, but it works. But it's weird. We should ask if there are ideas working on extraction. Any suggestions might be a good.
Well, we did have our idea. We could go in. And she points to her group and Blossom. You know the Fae one with the pink hair?
Yes, I'm
that one
aware of the pink-haired one.
Might run her mouth a little.
Fantastic. So we go in posing as brewers of these apples, which we discovered are apples of indulgence, which, as their name implies, might encourage people to overindulge.
Well, Golineth and I aren't exactly going to be able to go with you on that endeavor because we was seen by the Inquisitor.
You can. We hide you with the barrels because you're sneaky, right?
I prefer not to be.
I mean, you don't have to.
Boxed in case of an emergency.
It's just I can also make you invisible. This isn't.
I mean, that works. I would much rather have that.
We have options there. We can work that out. Are you
I'm sure we have great ideas, but
idea?
Don't we need to know how many people we're rescuing before we make a plan for it?
True. That's why I'm laying out a very vague detail of depending on how many people this could be a viable method of extraction. I mean, that cart, depending on how big of a cart we use, could extract anywhere from, say, 5 to 10 to 15 people, potentially. If we're talking about more than 15, we might have problems.
Just, I'm not very good at lying. That's just
noted.
So, it's not.
Ideally, we wouldn't lie all that much because, I mean, technically, we could be brewers because we would have just brewed that this morning.
Golineth has message, right?
Yes.
Rue's gonna grab Golineth's hand and say, "Hey, I gotta pee. Can you come help?" And start walking away.
Insight check, I guess.
Pardon?
Kind of obvious, but I'm still gonna do it. Yeah, no, that's 7.
I mean, hold on. Just I guess check. For everyone else, what is that performance or persuasion?
Insight?
No.
Performance. I see. I think that's a DM call.
Yeah, it would depend on what you're doing. If you're being deceitful, I guess deception.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
Yeah, so it would probably be deception.
Yeah, it's
versus
deception in that
insight.
case.
Oh, I forgot deception was a thing. Well, it's still sin. Dirty 20.
320 versus 7, yeah, it's not gonna fly, so.
Checks out.
I'm
Ruse-
so like thrown by the idea that I have to go in and lie, and then I'm gonna like give everybody, like I have in my head this whole scenario where like they ask me a question and I fuck up, and then everybody dies that I see you doing it, I'm like, what the fuck, and I just go back into my catastrophe.
It's like, wait a second, that sounds weird, but I also don't have the brain power to like figure out why that's weird.
Yeah.
Rue's gonna pull Golnath aside, away from, I guess, out of earshot of everyone, and say like,
Oh.
Hey, Golnath, I don't trust these guys telling us the shit. So here's what I need from you. I need you to tell Karis that they say out loud one message, one sending that we are officially saying, and then write a different thing and hand it to me. Does that work? Like,
Yeah, I don't
it's like,
trust them either.
it's like, hey, we're actually going to meet you at the apple farm, but no, we're actually going to meet them at the pumpkin patch, but I need them to write down the pumpkin patch and say the apple farm.
Were there any flaws in their plans?
What was your roll for the investigation?
15.
So, while there aren't any flaws, you are able to make out a few spots within the wall and along the battlements that could be easily scalable. From what
Does it
you've
look
seen.
like that's intentional?
No.
Okay.
But, drawing from your experience of breaking and entering, if you had to get in here, these are places that you would have looked.
Yeah.
So they definitely stand out as, like, someone with the proper equipment could climb that no problem, and if they don't have guards there, like, someone's gonna get inside.
Right. I just I wouldn't go as far as to say there's something fishy going on, but there's just obvious flaws in their plans, and I don't think they've really thought this out as well as they have, or as well as they think they have. So,
Yeah, of course. I mean, they don't even have a guard at the back of the tunnel. Like, that's what?
they didn't have any guards until we told them that they needed to guard it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's one of those things. That could be by design by this fucking guy. I don't even know his name.
I mean, it could be, but I don't see any evidence of that. I think that they're
They're
trying
just
to.
bad at their jobs.
That's the one. I mean, they've already said that they've sent in multiple people and they've all died. It's
I mean, that.
and it's the other
But
thing
that
that
could
got me was
also-
it's like whether they're sending in a force to recover or a force to divert. You would send in both.
But that could also
You-
lean to like that we have
You
somebody on the
show
inside.
show them your right hand while you're using the left to pick their pocket.
Yeah, but they're not doing that. They're just
No,
sending.
I send Karis the message.
And it is the message of we should send a second message.
Yeah, write down the script for one thing, and Rue's going to send another.
Yeah.
And once we have a chance, we
Can
need
I
to-
reply to message?
I think you can.
You can't. You. I think message you whisper it. It's not like a mental thing.
Yeah, you have to verbally whisper.
Yeah, I guess under her breath she whispers, what the fuck? Like, yeah, what the fuck, why? Is whispered under her breath.
There's flaws in their plans. They're going to get more people killed. We really need to take this over ourselves.
She said the magic words because she also thinks they're kind of bad at this. She's like, okay.
Thank you.
And she gets to her little edits.
So I have a passive perception of 19, and my buddy is over here whispering under her breath. I'm going to assume that I noticed that.
if you're literally right beside her, you have those dumb furbolg, like enormous ears. You absolutely hear the
Yeah.
quiet.
And-
What the
Yeah.
fuck? Why?
And I'm over-
Hey, and like you
So
hear
I just give a meaningful look over to Karis, sort
and
of like,
she just gives you the look of like, don't worry about it. Like, really don't. It's definitely that you know what this is. We all know what this is.
well, the look was like, I kind of have a sense of what's going on here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just,
So is the don't worry about it like I'm leaving you out of the loop, or like
no, it's
you
more
know what's
like
going on
the
here?
we're in on this and we're
Rue
like
will
we're going
also
with it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Rue
So-
will also say to Gollum, it's like, hey, so I don't know if you've noticed, but Maggie's really bad at lying. So just tell Maggie that we don't trust this person, and so we're doing something.
Yeah, I'm just going to message Maggie and say, listen, we don't trust this person's skills in planning for warfare. So we're going to subvert the operations and make them feel like they're coming up with all of our great ideas.
Figured. Thanks for telling me.
A shared look with Maggie of just like quite honestly like rubbing the ear and just looking at the paper, looking at her friends over in the corner, being weird. Great.
I just try to engage the other people there in like small talk while we awkwardly wait for them to write the letter.
Yeah,
Like,
one holding the vest, wearing the vestments and holding the holy symbol, also kind of has like almost like a nun's hood, I guess. I don't know what that's called.
wimple?
A habit?
A
Habit.
habit.
Yeah, it's a habit.
They kind of roll it down. They have bright auburn hair and emerald green eyes, and you can actually see the pointed ears of a half elf, and kind of like a freckled features. As the rest of the party is kind of chatting, she goes, hello,
Hey,
so you and your friends are here to help?
definitely. Definitely.
That's very wonderful and very kind of all of you. It's
Why are you here?
much the same reason. I know that there were many people that were in need of healing and in need of the light, and I followed the signs, and here I am, attempting at least to ease their pains.
So you follow someone light related?
Oh yes, I don't follow any one god in particular.
Oh.
I follow all the gods of light.
I that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, we are many people on one big tree, in my opinion. We may have different boughs, but we're all the same leaves.
I like how you talk. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's like I like your words, funny woman.
I like how you talk. Are you from here? Did you come from somewhere else?
Oh, well, I came from, my family came from the lands to the southwest. However, my father came from the city of Brass.
Is that far? I don't.
A ways away. But,
Not very familiar.
well, they had me, and I decided that the place that I find home is on the road. Just, aiding those I can.
And you heard about the invasion and came right here?
Oh, yes. I came here slightly before the invasion, actually. I was here on, well, research, if you will. A text of one of the orders was rumored to be up for auction in Assyrian Empire territory. I was headed that way, and when I noticed that the troops were marching progressively more eastward, I couldn't just stand by and let these poor farmers and poor villagers be uprooted from their homes.
Like a divine related text, or just any text, or druidy texts, or
A divine text. It's, well, rumor has it, it was written by a monk of one of the gods that I follow. It's mostly alms and prayers, but it does contain a ritual which allows me to heal multiple people at one time if I could learn how to do it. At least that's what people have told me.
That's a good thing to learn. Insight check.
Sure.
If I may.
Sure.
It
Let me redeem myself maybe from my last one. 16.
16. With a 16. You get a pretty good beat on her. You don't sense that she's being false with you in any regard, or at least you're not picking up on anything. How you read into that is your choice as a player. But it seems very straightforward. You don't kind of get any bad feelings necessarily, or feelings that they're being disingenuine.
So I just ask a lot of questions about all the places that she's been, and basically just try to have a conversation where I say pretty much nothing about myself.
Oh, yeah. She'll list off several places ranging from Andaland all the way to here. I'll give you like 3 facts.
Okay.
Her name is Elrelia.
Elrelia.
Her tenets of her order are to foster prosperity, health, and well-being of all. And that she has lost one of her friends to the Assyrian Empire that was supposed to be meeting her to recover this text.
Recently?
A month or so ago. So
Yeah.
maybe not that recently, but
Yeah.
not sure if they're dead or alive. Or just maybe because the Assyrian Empire was moving, they might just not be able to reach out.
I would have asked a lot of questions about the friend, and especially what the friend looks like and what kind of person they are. And yeah.
She would tell you that he's a half-elf like her. Their name is Velix. They have dark brown hair, and they were, while she worships all the gods of light, he worships only Lathander. And that she... I will say this with your 16. She is definitively worried about this individual, and that is something you can pull from this conversation. This is genuine worry.
Definitely. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, otherwise distract.
Distract. Yeah, and about this time, Trouble Crew. What's your sending?
Well, Karis has what she has, how many need evacuation, and would have been talking with like the planners essentially of, so how do you feel about this whole extraction thing? Is there any other details? Like, do we want them to meet us somewhere specific to extract? Like, what else should we include? We've got 25 words. I've only used 14 kind of thing. So if there is like an apple farm or pumpkin patch or whatever critical information we should include.
Fievel definitely is the one to speak up. Well, they could meet us at the Abernath Farms. It's a bit south of the road and a bit away from prying eyes.
I asked 5-0 to show me that on the map.
5-0 will go to the map and we'll mark it, kind of putting like a little red X. and circling like the route to the nearest road. It looks like it's maybe 2 miles from the actual road. Looks to be kind of like densely forested. It is one of the ones that were marked as like sympathetic. However, it could be possible that if a distraction is provided, you may be able to go along the main road, then cut into the woods. Your friend mentioned that she can assist teleporting with trees. Am I correct?
Yeah, so she just steps into a tree with people, and they can go through the trees and end up at another tree.
Just over her shoulder, Maggie's like, yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
And Karis is actually probably really fascinated by the whole travel through trees thing, and probably goes into way too much detail about how it's actually a complicated system of because the roots are all technically connected to each other, and they actually use like this whole route. Because she was studying teleportation for the other teleportation she was doing. And actually knows way too much about forms of teleportation and their pluses and minuses.
Well, let's focus on the farm. And then as a backup, we'll figure out something else. But yeah, let's do the farm.
Yep, and so Abernath Farms is added.
There's trees at the farm, so we can do the whole tree thing anyways, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is there a range on how far you can go? I am
That is a question.
No. I do have to see the tree. I have to have seen the tree. Otherwise, no.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So Maggie has seen a very nice tree just recently here. Shares look with Maggie of we could drop them at like Eden. That's
On a
very
first name
good
basis.
tree.
Yeah.
Okay, we drop them there. Then they'd be safe. Then because Maggie's teleport through trees will go through the ward, won't it?
That is
It
the
goes around the ward.
understanding is that druidic spells may be able to.
Exactly. So we can drop people directly in safety without taking down the ward.
People be able to get into a druid grove with druid spells? What is this?
Exactly. Shock and awe.
Oh, so yeah, can we post another couple people at this golden apple tree? It's the only tree, right?
It from the tunnel, they can sort of like share. I mean, there's 4 people at the tunnel. We can put like 2 there and like 2 sort of looking at the tree.
Yeah, there's 4 people, but like 2 of them had like weapons that like didn't really work.
We fixed that, so like
yeah, that's fair. Okay,
we gotta work with what we have. What we have is not a lot.
So the farm, we tell Iron Sword, Ironside, Iron Brow to meet us at the farm. And we go from there.
All right. And Karis will, presumably everyone has seen what she's been writing. It is legible, shockingly, when she concentrates on it. Or if it's written for other people, it is legible. She hands it to Rue and I was like, well, there you go. What is written is, of course, friends in town, working to get you and others out. How many need evacuation? Meet us at Abernath Farms.
All right. Well, I will go send this message and fingers crossed we'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Well, as that sending goes through, I think that's where we're going to end today's session. Before I give you a reply.
Can I send another message?
Yes.
Oh, actually,
hey, yo, it's Rue.
Hey, yo, it's your girl, Rue. Rue is going to, I guess I didn't prep you ahead of time, so you don't have to come up with a voice just yet. But Rue is going to send a message to Tufoy, her her family chef,
Yep.
and say, "Hey, chef. Hope all is well. I've managed to get into another pickle, if you can believe that. Anyways, stay safe, stay sharp out there. XOXO."
All right, I will keep that in mind for next session. All right, so many things to address, so many things. But one thing not to address is the fact that once again we are at that time where we have to say goodbye and goodnight. While it is very tragic and it makes me cry every week for an entire week, you know what? You can catch us next Tuesday with Shards of Anarion, the other Anarion show DM'd by yours truly, where, I may or may not have killed one of them last session. In the new season.
Again? How are they all dying? What's happening over there?
I'm meaner to them than I am here.
What? That was quick.
I said, man, sure would be nice to have a bunch of people with sneak attack and then gang up on one of them. Because they split the party.
Let that be a lesson to
Never
you.
split the party.
There's
To always
doing it wrong.
split the party.
They're
You never know
splitting
when
it
assassins
wrong.
will strike, so you should never be alone.
Listen, we've split the party so much at this point, we're invincible.
No. Oh, you did not just say that. Oh, God.
I've got so many wonderful things planned for the next upcoming few sessions. I hope you guys don't miss it because it's going to be great.
Paris is gonna start implementing like magical leashes on all of you.
Yeah. But outside of that, we will be picking up with a new Friday campaign in November, most likely, where, once again, I get to be a player, which is always delightful. But also, fairly soon, we are almost done our Wednesday auditions. We have literally one last one, and then we will announce our wonderful DMs for Wednesdays, and then we'll get to go cast. So if you're interested in playing D&D on a live stream, you should, definitely ping me on Twitter. Or you can, message me on Twitch or on Discord or hunt me down somewhere. But besides that, thank you all for joining me. It's always a delight to have not only such wonderful friends playing with me, but such wonderful people in the chat, just here and, cherishing the stories we tell. Because those are the things that last a lifetime. But without further ado, I would love to know 3 things from my players. 3 things that I'm not going to forget, like when I did the intro today. Who are they? Where can we find them? And what cool projects are you working on? Because, see, friends support friends. Let's see if they remember the order.
There's an order?
We have an
There
order.
used to
We
be.
had order. Forget that. In the spirit of forgetting order, hi everybody, it's me, Kari. I play Karis, the Tiefling Wizard today. You can find me on the internet, I suppose, but I'm not telling anybody where. Except for maybe like Guild Wars 2. My player name is down there in the chat, or will be at some point. You can find me there on occasion. They just dropped some really cute Halloween outfits, including a maid outfit that boys can wear, which is really radical, and a butler outfit girls can wear. It's wild and amazing, but also really fun. They look really good. So that'll be happening. As far as projects go, I play a game that's like 20 years old that nobody should be playing anymore. But I run a server on that game. It's called Neverwinter Nights 2. If you have it and don't play it, you could maybe go there and play something. I don't know. I don't make your decisions for you. You're big kids. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So have a good one, everyone.
I'm Jen. You can find me on Twitter at QuixoteJen, QUIXOTEJEN, 1 N, not 2. I will be starting in a mini campaign of Dune on Channel Other Doc next Wednesday, the 19th. It's actually our on-air session 0 where we're making up our house and all that cool stuff. And I'm really excited for that. I'm going to play a really jaded smuggler, which is not Maggie in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I don't think she's constitutionally capable of being jaded. Let's see. I'm actually Play Cancer Away is in the middle of our month-long fundraiser for Stand Up to Cancer. What's really nice about Stand Up to Cancer is they care about health equity and they care about distributing funds to all kinds of cancers, not just kind of the ones that get like all of the attention and funding. So it's a wonderful charity, and we're doing streams from 4 to 7, I think. Whatever. Around there, look at my Twitter and you'll know. Every Tuesday and Friday. And I'll stick into chat our fundraising link. We're close to our $1,000 goal, so that's really awesome. Yeah, and we're gonna have a big like mystery bundle giveaway with like dice and a tarot reading and all kinds of stuff at $1,000. So you want to be on a stream when we hit 1,000. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
All right then. Hey everybody, I'm Confounded or Con on the internet. You can find me at Con. I'm all over the place. Projects I got going on: fall photography, North Carolina mountains. It's a thing.
Is that me? Okay. Hi, I'm Adam, Adamus Lamas, everywhere, Adamus Lamas. I'll tell you this game. I just had this game really. But if you just want to like hang out with me, I play Apex and now Overwatch 2. My handle is still the same. So if you want to add me, Adamus Lamas. Let's shoot some things together. Virtually, though, not in real life.
And while Bob couldn't join us today, Bob is our other wonderful cast member who is, can be found at Cycler1eye on Twitch and Twitter. Usually they're just making bad puns or bad jokes. But as with all things, we'll have to say goodbye for the night so that you can all get your beauty sleep. Because I need it. But we are going to raid a wonderful friend. We haven't done that in forever. We're going to raid our wonderful friend Ouija, who has been streaming this cute little game called Chicory, A Colorful Tale. And it looks really cute, and that's why I'm raiding them, because they're a wonderful person. And let's all spam some gram love. Let's say nice hat. That's going to be our comment that we're going to say to Ouija is nice.
Is someone
hat.
wearing a hat?
He is
Is
wearing
it actually a nice hat? Okay,
it's a very nice hat. Ouija has many hats. We should support his hat endeavors. This is the first session of Anarions where I have not worn a hat. Low-key be impressed.
Oh, that might be true.
I think it
No
is.
wonder you look different.
I know. I was like, I just got out of the shower. I'm just gonna go with it.
It's usually the Punisher skull cap. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here. But goodbye for now, everybody. I love you literally so much. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. It wouldn't be the same without you. And while we are saying goodnight, it's only for now, and we'll still be friends up until the next time we see you. So, goodbye for now.
Bye.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna miss them so much.
Yeah.
We are out.